17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line, if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. They had me 6 hours, I said 17 words. I'm like Shady in the snow, I spun, I'm so superb. A legend still remains when his flesh is in the earth. And if they raid your tomb, may they fall upon a curse. Yeah, this 9 I keep for backup. With this I wanted chip, we ran plays. They need to build a statue for this shit. Big plays, a slay couldn't get you through this shit. More grams than Brandon, fiends rushing for a hit. The priest sitting out a diner while you niggas giving tips. You gon' get a C-section, all that pushing through your lips. I hold the desert straight, a shooter told me do my dips. You're just photogenic, not a boss, I'm convinced. Niggas practicing hard for them obituary pics. Shooters watching the gram for them locations of your pics. Linebacker Brunson, call me if you wanna hit. We world champs now, that just come with this shit. Let's go! You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line, if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds.
The Commission.
We ain't gonna act like we don't know what this is. You know, lunchtime with the bullies is gonna pick up a little. It's gonna pick up back to the proper perspective that we used to have it. You said so. It was a. Let me tell y'all something before we get into the meat and potatoes. Lunchtime with the bullies is like no other. You know what I mean? Let me get a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. We got a couple things that we gonna talk about in regards to our Philadelphia Eagles. Before I go to the studio, I got a session at 4:30. Miss Stovall, what's up? What's up? He said, LB, I didn't hear anything convincing in the answers. And the answers from what? First of all, shout out to the people, man. Shout out to the people. I think I fixed this mic situation. I don't want to hear nothing else about this mic again. I had a professional come in here with the hammer, with the nails, with the bolts, with the screws. He said, LB, I'm going to get you where you need to be. I said, yeah, you already know, man. So look, before we get into it, I want y'all to know I'm working on a joint project with me and D'Angelo Xavier. It should be coming out before we get to training camp. So we in the recording stages now. We talking to a lot of producers, man. This one is about to be crazy. So make sure you keep your eyes tuned into that for the music. And you know, we always going to talk Eagles. Let's talk about real quick. You know, a lot of people convinced or a lot of people pushing this narrative that AJ Brown should be traded or the Eagles are going to trade AJ Brown. Now, I want to give my piece on that before we dive into, you know, the interview that happened between our two star wide receivers and Kay Adams, some of the things that were said. And I'll start here. Trading AJ Brown would just be simply blasphemous. Simply blasphemous. AJ Brown is in the prime of his career. In the prime of his career. You know what I mean? And to trade AJ Brown right now makes no sense at all to me on the outside looking in, or just from my perspective of how I see things going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I will say this. Now, I understand why people are throwing theories out there like AJ Brown for Patrick Surtain. I understand why, because when's the last time you saw two wide receivers be paid like number ones? Because Smitty got to get paid. You know, Smitty got to get paid. When's the last time you seen two, you know what I mean, wide receivers be paid like number ones and your quarterback get the type of money that he got? It's never happened before. But I will say this, the Eagles put themselves in this position, and the only favorable outcome for this is we better find a way to pay both of them. Simple as that. You got to find a way to pay both of these guys and keep these guys on the roster. Now, in my last video, or my second to last video, we talked about ways that you can save money on a cap, but you got to find a way to pay these guys. I feel like Smitty's fifth-year option is going to get picked up, and I think Smitty a trooper. You know what I mean? Smitty ain't going to sit out for no contract or nothing like that, but you got to find ways to pay these guys. Now, I will say this. There are guys on the market. You know what I mean? Like you could literally pair Devontae Smith up with almost any wide receiver in the National Football League. That's just the facts of the matter. Like T. Higgins is a free agent. You compare Smitty up with T. Higgins. You know what I mean? Devontae Smith is an absolute route running magician. Like we all know that. You know what I mean? That's no secret. But you know, at the end of the day, he's paired up with AJ Brown and is working beautifully. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles need to figure out, how they gonna get that done or whatever the case may be. So, a lot was talked about, you know what I mean, in an interview with Kay Adams. I want to know if y'all can hear some of this audio. I'm gonna get to some of this audio real quick. I got this soundboard in here now that you could, play audio. And Devontae Smith said something in this interview that really just, it really touched me a little bit. Let me see if y'all can hear this. Let me see something. Y'all can hear that? Let me get a thumbs up if y'all can hear any of that. AJ talking in the background. Y'all can't hear it? All right, cool. I can hear it. That's what makes it weird. But at the end of the day, we're gonna talk about it. So they asked AJ Brown, about the trade rumors and things of that nature. And AJ Brown, he responded with, maybe the fans know something that I don't know. And he's sitting by waiting for a phone call. If that happens, he's ready. And if it don't happen, he's ready to, remain with the Philadelphia Eagles. And he also spoke about why he deleted his social media. He just wanted to take a break from it all. And I understand that. He had a rough year on social media. Some people might say some of it is my fault. You know what I mean? When I said the buddy ball thing, but he just had a rough year on social media, and there's nothing wrong with cleansing your palate and wanting to get away from social media for a minute. But what we really need is AJ to come out, and we really don't need him to do it. I think it would be asking too much at this point. But a lot of fans would like AJ to come out and say, I'm a Philadelphia Eagle for life. I'm going to be here, this, that, and the third. But, he tried doing that during the regular season. We going to be okay. We right there. We trust Brian. We trust Nick. He tried to be as optimistic as possible during the regular season. And, I don't think that, it fell on deaf ears, but I think it's the off season now. You know what I mean? I just think enough is enough. You know what I mean? Enough is enough, man. Let's let AJ have a great offseason. And when it's time to get back for training camp, which I 100% believe he will be a Philadelphia Eagle next year, and we'll move on from there, or whatever the case may be. They asked, the wide receivers. Kay Adams also asked them, well, what do you expect from Kellen Moore and this offense? What do you want Kellen Moore to let you do? And Devontae Smith said something on the lines of, just let us do what we do. And that really struck me differently. If I got to keep it a buck, that really hit me a little different. Just let us do what we gonna do. You know what I mean? Is that a shot at Brian Johnson in the offense by not putting these two dynamic wide receivers in the best situation possible? I'm not gonna say that that's what's coming from Devontae Smith's mouth to our ears, but what I'm going to say is that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Let's look at this for a second. Let's look at the route chart of Devontae Smith. This was somewhere around what game was this? I'm not sure. I don't know if this was the Bucks game. I highly doubt it. But this route chart was somewhere in January. So this is one of the most recent route charts. That is what you call on every level of just common knowledge of the game of football basic. That is the most basic route tree for a guy that can run every route in the book. I don't think that was the Giants game because Smitty didn't play in the Giants game. But that route tree is disgusting. And you mean to tell me a technician or a tactician of Devontae Smith's caliber is being used to the best of his ability with that route chart? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what you get from it? What do you get from this? This is a route chart from Keenan Allen under Kellen Moore. And I think he threw a touchdown pass in this game. Keenan Allen did. I think Keenan Allen threw a touchdown pass in this game. He had 215 receiving yards, and he threw a touchdown pass. Look at that route chart compared to, that was the Tampa game? It probably was. Look at that route chart of Keenan Allen compared to what Devontae Smith was just running. under Kellen Moore. Under Kellen Moore. That route chart looked like a doctor's handwriting. We can't even understand it. We can't understand what's happening on that chart. Those are the type of routes that a guy like Devontae Smith needs to be running. Keenan Allen had 104 yards after the catch with this beautiful display of art. I could get this route chart put on a t-shirt and paint it different colors, and people will buy it as art. People will buy it as art. One thing that Kellen Moore is going to bring to the table, ladies and gentlemen, is the ability to beat the blitz. Is the ability to beat the blitz. Hands down, Kellen Moore is going to show you that he could beat the blitz. And that's not nothing that we got to worry about. You know what I mean? Beating blitzes are just simple common sense things that we didn't have in the arsenal before we was able to acquire Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? I'm actually excited for what Kellen Moore could bring to the table when you see route charts like that. So, you know, they asked the wide receivers a lot of questions. I think they also asked them, well, you know, what happened? You know what I mean? Well, they asked, you know, the reasons for like the collapse towards the end of the season. And, you know, AJ kept it a bean. He said, you know, we ran out of time. We was trying to fix it, but we couldn't fix it in time. We ran out of time. You know what I mean? We ran out of time. We couldn't fix it in time. And, you know, that's called being as real as it gets. You know what I mean? It's called being as real as it gets. You know, at this point of the season, you know, we're going to start to look at free agents available who can come in and help this team and implement, you know, the style that the coordinators like to run with. At this point in the season, we're going to have to start looking at draft prospects. The season's over for only two teams. You know what I mean? The AFC is done. The NFC is done. It's the Super Bowl now. So now it's the time for, you know, everybody who's not playing in the Super Bowl to start to figure out ways how they can get their team better. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles got an amazing jump, you know what I mean, on the competition because the fan base is split. Some people think Kellen Moore is going to be okay, and they think Fangio will be the problem. Some people think Fangio is going to be okay, and they think Kellen Moore will be the problem. All I know is this: it can't get worse. Actually, it can. You were 10-1 at some point last year, but you know, I think that, you know, with the guys we have on the team, with the coaches that's able to bring the creativity to the table, I think you should see a refreshed Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? We've been running and operating the same hard drive for the last two seasons. The last two seasons. How arrogant do you have to be to think that you don't have to change anything about your playbook? That's complete arrogance, if you ask me. You don't have to change anything about your playbook. You can go out there and run the same plays, and teams are not going to watch film. And you was just in a Super Bowl running these plays. They think you're going. Come on, make it make sense. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. I love what's being done on the defensive side of the ball. Fangio, Clint Hunt. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Him being a defensive line coach because we need a new defensive line coach. You know what I mean? That dude looks like he ate Jordan Davis. We need a new defensive line coach. Somebody that could get the best out of Milton, get the best out of Jalen Carter, get the best out of Jordan Davis. I pray to God Fletch come back because Fletch was balling. I pray to God BG come back. Get them dogs in line with that defensive line coach, and we're going to make some things happen. You know what I mean? It's definitely about to be a new day. It's definitely about to be a new day. I believe this football team is going to be A-OK. A-OK. You know what I mean? In other news, Ben Johnson didn't go to the Commanders. I know y'all saw that. Hold on. Wait. Nah, we don't want to do that. I'm still trying to get the buttons down. Still trying to get the buttons down. Hold on, wait. Ha. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted it to sound like that. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Oh, poor Louis. Poor Louis. Poor Louis. I'm sorry. You didn't get Ben Johnson. I know you had all your eggs in the basket, Commanders fans, but we know the truth, man. Nobody wants to go to an organization who is just piss poor and trash. Nobody. What does that say about the Commanders organization that a dude rather just stay an offensive coordinator and not want to be a head coach when you got all that cap, you got new ownership, you got all these things going for you. But hey, this ain't a Commanders podcast. We just like to laugh at the opposition over here, and that we will continue to do. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure y'all go. Hold on, let me show you real quick. I know it's a little quick joint. We got some stuff lined up though. Make sure y'all go to big print champs, man. Use code Bully10 at the checkout, man. Get all your print champs needs, your merchandise needs, man. Tell them LB sent you. You know what I mean? Ski mask, Howie shirts, hurt season hats, all of that stuff, man. You know, I got a busy afternoon, but you know, listen, this come first. I'm always going to tap in with my folks, and we always going to get to the meat and potatoes, man. I want y'all to have a productive day, and let me know in the comments what y'all got from the interview, man. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot in the interview that could have been done, you know, differently, but, you know, let me know what y'all think, man.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. They